Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be going over my championship and Premier League projections based on expected goals scored as well as expected goals conceded. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like as well as the subscribe button. Without any further ado, let's get right back into it with 24th place. And it's Wigan Athletic projected not very well on the expected goals scored and expected goals conceded. The offensive rating was 0.9, defense 1.4. It's just not looking good for Wigan. I'm sorry, Wigan, but you're probably going to get relegated, and it's not going to look good. Moving on to next place, Blackpool. Blackpool are 23rd, based on expected goals scored and expected goals conceded. So it's just, again, not looking good for Blackpool. You'll probably survive, I think. In my opinion, you'll survive. In other people's opinions, it'll be different. A lot of people will say Blackpool is going down. I think it could be some final day drama, in my opinion. But tell me what you think in the comment section down below. If you would remember to drop a like as well as a subscribe. Without any further ado, let's keep going. 22nd place, Huddersfield. Huddersfield are not having a good season. It's been pretty rough for HUD. I think that they could survive, but they really have to try and just push, grind out results. 1.5 points per game. Just real good stuff from Huddersfield. And then they could survive. Next up, just surviving according to expected goals scored and expected goals conceded. It's Rotherham United. Rotherham in the championship playing so well, so bad. It's just not working out for them. They started off the season really sharp, and now they're not doing good. And maybe it was a promotion bounce. Let's be honest. Rotherham are not an amazing team, but here they are, to one spot above the relegation zone, and it could happen, it could not happen. We really don't know what's going to happen here for Rotherham, but I don't know if they could go down. I think they will go down because I think Blackpool is my team to survive. Alright, then moving on, we have Cardiff City, 39 points so far this season. Not that great, I know. Cardiff City are two spots above the relegation zone by this table, and it's just not looking very good for Cardiff right now. It's just not looking good whatsoever. If you're a Cardiff fan, I'm sorry, Cardiff, but it's just you're probably going to survive, I think, one spot. You've been playing a little better recently, but I just don't see it really happening. Next, QPR, who's been sliding down the table like nobody's business. I don't see them making a comeback. They were first about 10 weeks in, and now they're like garbage, so I don't really know what to say. They're just trash. You're trash, QPR, okay? I don't know what Gareth Ainsworth is doing. He's four games in charge and 1 win. It's not the absolute worst. The team is just playing like trash. I don't know what to say. 42 points, only because you started so brightly. But now you've got nothing. So that's what you have, QPR. I'm sorry. It's just not looking good for you right now. And you're probably going to fall into a big mess of trouble near the relegation fight. You might get sucked in a lot. Alright, then moving on, we have Reading next up. And I think Reading will survive. This one's kind of boring. Reading just do the same thing every year. I mean, they survive. They're never going to go down. They're never going to make the playoffs. They'll just survive. Not good enough to go up. Not bad enough to go down. Next up, Birmingham City. Birmingham City are here projected in 16th place, and they are having an okay season, to be honest. Eustace is doing a decent job, but I don't know how it's all going to shape out, in my opinion. Birmingham have been okay in some parts of the season. They're kind of streaky, but the other parts of the season, they're not okay. So I don't really know what to say, Birmingham. You're kind of just so-so. Next we're moving on to, we have the likes of Hull City in 15th place. Hull City playing pretty well this season. They've been improving under Rosinia, and I think they will continue to improve. And I don't think it'll be that bad for Hull City, and I think they'll do an okay job. They will survive. There's no doubt in my mind about it. How about this? I'll make a bet. If Hull go down, I will record a whole video. What should I do? You tell me in the comment section down below. I'm not quite sure. How about I record a whole video with the blueberry up my nose? We'll just do that if all go down, but they're not going down, so I don't have to worry about that really. Next up, we have Bristol City projecting 14th place. Bristol will do an okay job. I think they should survive, and I don't think it'll be that bad. Nigel Pearson has really turned the club around. He's found his feet pretty well, doing better in his division than the other Nigel, 2 divisions below. That being Nigel Clough of Mansfield Town, who's having a rough time in League 2. But anyway, back on topic, we have Swansea City next up, and it's just not looking good for Swansea again. They're just not playing well. You're on a losing run. Yes, you beat mid-table rivals, Bristol City, 2-0 at the Liberty Stadium, but I don't see it really being that much of an improvement. I hope you make the playoffs. I'm always rooting for you to get promoted, but it's just not happening. So anytime soon as far as I'm concerned. So next up we have Stoke City here. Stoke City have been playing better, not great. I think they will continue to improve and improve under Alex Neil. They've been playing a lot better, picking up some wins and some draws. They've been doing good. And I'm not sure where to go here from now. Will they make top half? Will they not? I think they will, because I see these 2 teams falling down. Next up, we have Preston North End. And Preston North End have been doing okay, but it's just been falling on the table. That's it. Well, they're kind of staying the same. You know what I mean. They're not doing that great right now, Preston North End. And it's just not looking that great for them, to be honest, if you're a Preston fan. Hanging out in Deepdale, you barely get any results. I'm just not sure what's next for you, Preston. It's going to be a hard one to say. Next up, Sunderland, and we know that Tony Mowbray's second half of the season fall off. It always happens. It just does. And it's going to happen again. And I think that it will happen, that Tony Mowbray will have a fall off with Sunderland this season. There's no doubt in my mind about it. It's bound to happen, and I just don't see it. It's already started to happen, so there's that proof. And then to make an inference of what's going to happen, Sunderland are not looking good right now, just shooting down the table, straight up stuff. And I don't think it's really going to help out too much having Tony Mowbray as the manager. There's been so many memes about him, and I just don't see it going well here for Sunderland. So I think that it'll have to be this way. Sunderland probably to finish 13th, in my opinion. Alright, then next up we have Watford. Watford and Slaven Bilic, who I thought was doing a decent job of managing. And then they brought in Chris Wilder, of all managers, who had a rough time at Middlesbrough. Bottling promotion last season, and then doing this season. It's just straight up not looking good right now for Watford. I don't think he'll make playoffs. This is a fair spot to put them. Now, a fair spot to not put a relegated team here, we have Norwich. I don't think Norwich will do this badly come season's end. I just don't see it, in my opinion. Norwich are just higher up right now, and I think they will stay higher up, in my opinion, because I think that they will just miss out on playoffs. I'd say about 7th place, in my opinion. And the team next, West Brom, which we're talking about right now, so stay tuned and don't miss a beat, are going to be right below Norwich, in my opinion, at the end of the season. Maybe 2 places below, because we have another team that I'll mention pretty soon. But West Brom, I wouldn't put them here. I know this is not prediction, it's a projection based on expected goals scored, as well as expected goals conceded. But I don't think that this will really happen. West Brom having that great of the season. Corberan is not doing an amazing job like he did last year at Huddersfield. Next up, Coventry City here. Coventry City I think will make the playoffs, in my opinion. Shout out to you, Matt SB. You know who you are. And congratulations on the birth of your son. You have a great channel. You're a great Coventry fan, and I really hope that your team makes the playoffs. So, back into the Coventry business, we have the fact that they are doing well. They're on a good unbeaten run. Is it 9 games or so? Maybe the longest in the league? No, that's Burnley. What am I thinking? So I think Coventry will make the playoffs, maybe a goal difference, maybe by a point. It'll be definitely really bloody close, though, I think. And I think it'll be great to see Coventry make the playoffs. Need some new faces in there anyways, even if I wasn't a Sky Blues, a big up the Sky Blues type of guy. but I think the Mighty Sky Blues have a chance to make it in. Next up, we have Blackburn Rovers, who I think are my fourth or fifth place. I'm not sure where I put them really, but Blackburn are doing good as usual, and I think they'll continue to do good. And I'm gonna put them right around here. They'll definitely make the playoffs, in my opinion. They're having a good season. But really, what's next for Blackburn is that they really need to just find their feet and improve all around. It's going to be not the easiest, not the hardest, but I think Blackburn Rovers, they'll be able to do it. Big up the Rovers. And next we are moving on to our next team here, and it is Millwall. Millwall of London, who play at the Den. It's always a fortress there, and it's just going to be nice to see Millwall hopefully playing pretty well. They always have a decent enough season, and I think it'll go well for Millwall here, but I don't think it'll really will because I think they're missing out on the playoffs in 8th place. So I just don't see it really happening for Millwall. Another disappointing season for the Lions fans. Next up, Luton Town are currently lodged in a very comfortable looking 4th place. And they're probably going to stay there the rest of the season. Maybe 5th if Blackburn can catch them. But nowhere are you getting automatics, in my opinion. Maybe playoff promotion. But that's literally it. There's no other chance of anything happening to you. I just don't see it, in my opinion. So, I just do not see it there. And it's not going to happen. And based on expected goals scored, Luton are projecting a 36% chance of finishing 4th, 18% chance of finishing 5th, 10% chance of finishing 6th, 21% chance of finishing 3rd, and less than 1% chance of finishing 1st. What's their percent chance of finishing 2nd? 5% chance of finishing 2nd and making the automatic slot. But that's a 1 in 20 chance, which I do not see happening. So we're going to move on to our next team, Middlesbrough, who I think have to be one of the promotion favorites right now. I do think that they will wind up catching Sheffield United. Yes, they played a game more, but I just don't see it happening. Sheffield United getting into 3rd place. I see that they will get into 3rd place, and Middlesbrough will catch them, take over that 2nd spot. This would be a great turnaround. Who was it? They're kind of like Huddersfield last year with their turnaround from almost bottom to literally 3rd place at the end of the season. That could be Middlesbrough. That could just be an amazing story that they do, and it'll be great. Michael Carrick has been doing a fantastic job over there, and I don't see it stopping. So that's great. Next, we're going to move on to Sheffield United, who are currently in 2nd place and projecting 2nd place at the end of the season based on expected goals scored and expected goals conceded. So we have them projecting. How many points are they projecting? We'll just look at the chances. 78% chance of getting promoted, 28% chance of making promotion playoffs, 22% chance of finishing 3rd, 71% chance of finishing 2nd, and less than 1 obviously of finishing 1st because Burnley are Burnley. So we are going to keep on going, churning out to the aforementioned Burnley, who are going to win the league, no questions asked there. If they don't win the league, I will do a whole video, 2 blueberries up my nose in each nostril, because they are going to win the league. And that's going to be hard to do, but I think Burnley have to win the league. If they're not going to win the league, I do not know what to say. It's just bloody ridiculous over there. Burnley to win the league and do it in style. Well, there you have it. If you enjoyed this championship edition, make sure to drop a like as well as subscribe. Now, without any further left to do, we're going to go over to the Premier League. Here we are. I just need to find Premier League, projections out England, Premier League. Here we are. And now we're going to look at the chances for every team to finish where they currently are. Southampton are projecting 20th place, and I think that could very well happen. Southampton will finish 20th. Could easily happen. They probably will. If not, it'll be AFC and Bournemouth, but I think Southampton have to be the prime candidate now to finish in bottom. They've been bottom for a while now, the worst home team at St. Mary's Stadium, and it's just not looking good for them. They're not staying up, let's be honest. I know it's tight down there and they can easily come out of the bottom 3, but I see them going back down. into the bottom three. I don't see you staying up Southampton. It's going to be really tough. Alright, moving on to our next red team. Projected 19th place is Nottingham Forest. And we have them just not having a great season. Just falling back into that mess after a good middle of the season. But just, I don't know. Forest is a funny old team. I don't see them really doing this and pulling this out. So I'm going to have to say Forest will stay up, but it's not going to be funny. It's not going to be close. It's going to be tight there. Really tight. And I just don't see it. It's going to be tight. And if we move on to the next place is AFC Bournemouth, projected 18th and getting relegated to the championship. They're just going to come back up. It'll be boring. Another team that I don't want to get promoted, that gets promoted, but Bournemouth, they play well. I just don't know what to say. They play well in some games, like beating Liverpool 1-0, but then if they go to Villa Park and lose 3-0, it's a completely different story. So I think Bournemouth are just a very weird team, in my opinion. I don't know what to say about them. But I think they will get relegated, though. Second bottom or bottom. Next spot up, we have Everton, the first blue team, and we have Everton playing pretty well to survive. 17th place under Sean Dyche. I think they'll finish higher. They're too good to go down, I think. Not good enough to obviously be higher up, but too good to go down. And I think they will be right around here. But there's some funny disagreements up here. 3 teams in a row that I'm going to highly disagree with. Next up, we have Wolves. This is not one of the teams I highly disagree with, but it's Wolves, who have been playing okay lately. Not okay in some games. I'm just not sure what they're going to do here. And I'm just really, if they can go up the table, that'd be great. I'm really hoping for the Wolves. And if Wolves can fly up the table, that'd be really great. I really want to see that. And next we have Leeds United here. Leeds United have been playing well, really good lately. For real, they've been improving. And under Grazia, and I think that they can keep flying up the table. It'll be a good season. So Leeds to finish about 13th or so. They're too good to go down. And next up we have West Ham. This is one of the teams I strongly disagree with. West Ham need to be further down. They're currently in 18th place. They're projected way higher. I don't know what's going on here with West Ham. Why are they projected so high? I know they're in Europe and they're going strong, but it just makes no sense that West Ham team that's 18th place is projected this high up in 13th. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. It makes no sense. Alright, enough with the drama here as we go to Leicester City finishing in 12th place. This I can't see happening. Leicester have been too bad to finish this high. Next, Crystal Palace, again, another team I disagree with, have to be lower down. 15th place, you have Roy Hodgson as manager. He's pretty old. He just gets teams relegated now, and I just don't see this happening. Alright, then moving on, we have Fulham in 11th place. I think this will be a decent season for Fulham. A fantastic, bloody, brilliant season for Fulham. Because they're going to be so much higher up the table. They're not used to finishing this high. They're used to finishing 18th place and going down. But that's not going to happen this season. They're going to stay up. And not by the skin of their teeth. But they're going to stay up and do a very good job of it. I think that they will continue to play well. And I know it's been a rough last 4 games that is actually, if you include the FA Cup match, but I'm just not sure what's going to happen really. If Fulham keep playing this way, they could fly and go a little down the table, but I think they'll be fine. Fulham Football Club will be just fine in my opinion. I don't see anything happening at all. Alright, then moving on to 10th place, we have Aston Villa, and it's going to be okay for Aston Villa. They're doing good under Emery. I think they will survive, and they're going to do well to survive, obviously. They're surviving with pride, way up the table than some of these other teams. They're about 14 points away from the relegation zone. They will be just fine. Don't worry about it if you're a Villa fan. They're not going down. I know some people talking about, oh, bottom half this, and oh, bottom half that. But don't worry, Villa will be just fine. Moving on to 9th place, we have Chelsea. And Chelsea have been playing better lately. Not fantastic. but actually really close to fantastic, because they have been great in the Champions League, they've been great in the Premier League, and I think they'll continue to shoot up this table like nobody's business. But you have a couple teams that are traffic to Chelsea. Traffic. And we're talking about one of those traffic teams. It's Brentford in 8th place, who are just playing so well right now. I don't see a world where Brentford don't make top half. They're just playing absolutely so well right now, and I think this fantastic run from the Bees will continue, in my opinion. They're playing so well, I don't see it stopping for a very long time. Next up, we have Brighton in 7th place. Brighton are playing well, in my opinion, and I don't see it stopping. So Brighton, I think, will play well and finish in Europe. In my opinion, they're going on a European tour, in my opinion. Next up, we have Tottenham here. Tottenham projected 6th. I can agree with that. You said Conte was a decent enough manager, and I just don't see this happening here. I'm saying Tottenham in 6th myself, because I don't see it happening getting to Champions League again. 5th, Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool projected 5th. They're on 42 points. So if you look at Manchester City and Arsenal's total, two teams that they were rivaling and dominating last season, it's absolutely pathetic. It's a tough time to be a Liverpool fan, but I think that you will do all right here and play decent enough to get the Europa League spot, if not the Champions League spot. I still think you'll get Champions League in 4th. Alright, then Newcastle are the Champions League team right now in 4th, who I think are doing okay. They're playing well, but I mean, the recent winless run is concerning under Eddie Howe. I don't know what's going on, in my opinion, but they have picked up their feet a little bit since that Carabao Cup final loss, and they are playing better now, in my opinion. And I think that they will wrap up a European spot for sure. Alright, then we move on to Manchester United, projected in 3rd place. And this one is really, you can't argue with it. United have been in 3rd place for a while now. I don't see them getting out of it anytime soon. If you're a Champions League spot, like some of these other teams, I don't see it really stopping unless it's Newcastle or Tottenham. But besides that, you're fixated there for a very long time, in my opinion. You're 11 points behind City. You're not coming out, not going any higher, so I think you'll be just fine. Manchester United, just fine. Alright, then Manchester City projected 2nd place here. Obviously having a fantastic season, but not so fantastic as a team that we'll mention shortly. They've been great in the Champions League so far, with a 7-0 win in their latest result over RB Leipzig. And it's just going to be great to see. It's going to be fantastic to see. And I think they will do very good in my opinion. I think they'll have a fantastic season. Manchester City maybe win the Champions League. Next, first Arsenal. Arsenal are going to be in 1st, and it's just looking good for 1st place now, pretty solid. And I don't see a world where Arsenal don't make it into 1st right now, because he has been playing so well. I don't see it not happening. So I think Arsenal in 1st should and will happen, and in my opinion, I don't see a way that's not going to. Well, there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like as well as subscribe. Without any further ado, I'll see you in a while. Just make sure you enjoy the video, because I really want my fans and subscribers to enjoy the video. So, I'm going to sign off now. Catch you in a while. See ya.